Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see this time we are going to check fresh release from AZ model. That's a kit which is molded in 1/72 scale. It is part of German secret project series, and as you can see this time it copies BF109K14 curve first and in ACES markings. So this is a 1/72 scale kit with decal sheet for 3 marking options, full color instructions, and it should be interesting for those who would like to replicate unusual Messerschmitt in small scale. So as you can see, box size here is quite typical for this manufacturer. We have this drawing as a box art. Here you can see comparison with my hand. On the side we have some safety information which might be handy for some beginners. And here you can see marking options. There are 3 of them. We have one from Gerhard Backhorn in 1945, this one Erich Hartmann in 1945, and this one is Hermann Graf from 1945, obviously. This one has quite interesting nose painting, so it will be up to you which one you choose for this kit. That's a side opening box, so let's open it. Here is what we have inside. All plastic frames and assembly manual are packed into the same plastic bag, and box is quite sturdy, so it should protect everything from the possible damage. And now we are going to open this plastic bag and check everything closer. That's a resealable plastic bag, so once you open it you can store parts inside and it won't be a problem. Okay, so we have clear part packed into the separate plastic bag. It is one piece canopy together with armor shield for the pilot. So you won't be able to replicate open cockpit on this model, that's for sure. And molding quality seems to be fine, as you can see. Masks are not included into this kit, so you will have to cut them with your own hands. But otherwise everything seems to be fine. The only thing which might be sad for some of you is that you won't be able to replicate the open cockpit. Now I'm just going to check something, because we have here 2 plastic sprues with fuselage halves, and it is quite interesting to see what is the difference between them, but I do not understand at the moment. So here we have first gray plastic sprue with fuselage halves. As you can see, they're molded without tail segment and they're molded without top section of the cowling. Of course there is no air intake, and we have recessed panel lines. As far as I can see, they're not that deep, so be careful while working with this. I can bring them closer so that you understand what I'm talking about. Here you can see them. They look nice, but be careful with paint layers, because it will be easy to lose this detailing under paint and primer coats. And here inside we don't have any guiding elements, but at least we have cockpit detailing. As you can see, it is pre-molded and it looks surprisingly good for 1/72 scale. Of course, nobody stops you from searching for some resin parts which will make appearance even better. Here you can see one piece propeller and one of the bombs. Here is another fuselage half. Again we have cockpit detailing molded in. Again we don't have guiding elements. And let's check it from the other side. Here we have recessed panel lines and other stuff which looks quite okay, I would say. Then here we have another plastic sprue, and again we have fuselage halves. So we will have to check assembly manual in order to know which ones will be used. I think the first ones which we saw, they will be used. Those ones will go into your spare parts and might be an interesting option for some scratch building in 1/72 scale. Here the most important part in my opinion is the lower part for the wing. As you can see, the landing gear wheel wells are pre-molded and they feature these special cutouts which were present on real aircraft. We also have recessed panel lines and riveting, and inside we don't have any guiding elements, so be careful while assembling all this stuff together. Here we have also landing gear wheels. These are molded as one-piece parts together with tires, so again you will have to use some masks or templates in order to get a nice and careful paint finish. Here we have third gray plastic sprue. This is the last one in this kit. So we have here 2 top wing panels. Note that ailerons and flaps are pre-molded. Here we have also tail wings, which are molded as one-piece parts, and tail section with different type of parts. It will be up to you which one you choose. Here we have hubs for the air intakes, several types of the tail wheels, cockpit floor. Let's flip it over. Here it is. Let's check it closer. So here you can see this cockpit floor. Again, we have some pre-molded parts, so be careful while painting them. And also wings have quite interesting design, because ailerons and flaps and also wing edges, they will work as a guiding elements because there are no position pins. But know that at least here in these few tanks we have guiding pins which will help you with alignment. And what I want to show as well, here is a tail wheel which is molded together with tail section of the landing gear leg, so be careful while painting this. And obviously if you would like to replace it with resin, you will have to do some interesting modifications. Next we have decals sheet. This one comes in form of this small decals sheet, and here we have all necessary symbols for 3 marking options, as you remember. And printing quality looks nice. We also have decals for the cockpit, seat belts and the dashboard. And also we have swastika included, so that you can replicate full marking option if you would like to. And printing quality seems to be nice. As far as I remember, AZ model decals are easy to apply, so I really doubt that you have any problems with this stuff. Then here we have assembly manual. This assembly manual is printed in color. Here we have short history note in English and Czech. Also paint numbers, paints chart. And note that paint numbers are given in Hambro designations, so you will have to use some converting tables in order to understand. But actually we are using standard German classification, RLM numbers, so I think it won't be difficult to convert the paint numbers. Then here we have next page. We have some safety advices and assembly advices. Also we have here the parts map. Note that many parts won't be used. And as I said, we will use the fuselage hubs which we saw in the beginning. Then assembly process starts with cockpit, obviously. We assemble the dashboard, the cockpit walls. Then we assemble the main floor and install the pilot seat. Then we connect everything together. Note that exhausts are installed from inside, so don't forget about it, because you might plan to build or to install them later once fuselage halves are joined, but it won't be possible. I mean, it has to be investigated if it is possible, but manufacturers suggest to install them before closing the fuselage. Here we have assembly process for landing gear. Also here we assemble the air intakes, wings. Note that wings will have to be upgraded with those special parts which are placed on the top. Then we join fuselage halves together. We assemble bombs. Here we have small guide on the right alignment of those parts. Cowling part attachment, tail section assembly. And then on the next page we also have here bomb installation, air intakes installation, main landing gear, canopy, air intake, and of course stenciling guide. So there are also stencils included in such small scale. Be careful while applying all the stencils, but it's definitely worth investing your time into this process, because final appearance will look better after you apply all those tiny symbols. And that's pretty much all. So in total we have to perform 21 steps in order to have aircraft ready to be painted and weathered. And this kit seems to be a nice alternative for those who would like to assemble Bf-109, but they are tired from all those typical variants of this famous aircraft. So I recommend to check it. Obviously this is not an, let's say, shake and bake it kit where you just connect everything together and you get the model, because we don't have position elements inside, we don't have any, let's say, solutions which will make assembly easier and faster, but at least we have some design tricks which will help modeler get a nice result. So this kit is already available for purchase. You can get it on official AZ Model website, as far as I remember. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about this kit here in the comment section below. Write it there and I will be happy to answer you. If you like this video, press the like button and it helps us greatly, so just press this button. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Stay tuned and bye.